Welcome to Senior Tech Guru. This is Srinivas Lokotapeta. I'm having 12 years of real-time experience on AWS Cloud, DevOps, ethical hacking, cybersecurity, and many more. So today we will discuss very interesting topic, that is Git Architecture. Let's move to the topic. So see, if you learn any concept, first you have to know, you have to understand concept, then that concept related architecture, then labs, then project, right? So here we'll see related to Git architecture. So Git architecture. So it contains three phases. Okay, Git architecture. Git having three phases. So one is workspace area and work area we can say, or project area we can say that. Project area. It means wherever developer develop the code, that space we can call it as project area or working directory, current working directory, wherever he is working, the related to the project files. That location we can call it as a working directory or project file, project folder for your better understanding. Got it? Then staging area will be there. Staging area is nothing but staging area we can call it as an indexing area. Staging area we can also say indexing area. So staging area or indexing area both are same. Okay, but what is the use of this? So it is going to create a label. Just assume you are having one product. So product, if it is having without labeling, if it is having product, obviously market they can't sell it, right? So you should be having proper labeling for particular product. Same like here also for your files, whatever developer implemented files. So for that we need to add that labels. So where we are going to add means the staging area. Staging area, for your better understanding, I'll tell you this is the waiting room or temporary storage area. Also, we can say that. Okay. So here it is going to store it. Means here we are going to give a labeling and local repository. Nothing but here that local repository thing, but Git local database also we can say that. So how we are having database, if you ask anything, so simply through queries you can get your output right from database. Same like here also, this is like a local database, local Git database. In that local repository, if you means that whatever files it is stored, so if you ask anything related to that, immediately it will give that information. Okay, so what is that and all those things I'm going to let you know in different way also. Why? Because through this one, if I tell you, you'll get some idea about it. That's all, not more. So I'll give you more information about it. Just assume work area, as I already told you, right? This is project folder where developer implemented code. For example, he developed index.html file. Just assume one website main file is index.html file. If it is a PHP, index.php file, like that. So here, just assume developer developed one code. So index.html file he created it. Okay, this is just project area. So everything is good, but it is not having proper tracking or anything. Okay, so what he needs to do? So to track complete information, everything. So in this area, he needs to execute command called git init. First, in his laptop, he needs to install Git software, and after that, he needs to execute git init command. What it is going to do? It will initialize the local repository. Okay, it will initialize Git local repository. So in that complete information related to Git configuration, Git history, like the local repository related history, everything is going to store here. Where .git location. .git is a hidden file. So there it is having hidden location. .git is a hidden location. There it is having complete information like different files. .git folder inside it is having a lot of information like configurations, history, everything it will be there. Fine. So you understood what is what, like git init and git.git. What is the use of git.git? You understood. Fine. So now if you execute command called git status in this working area where project files are there, if you execute command git status, so what it is going to show you? It is going to show you untracked files. It is going to show untracked files. That is index.html file. Untracked file, index.html file. It is going to show you. It means it is not at track. Okay, just files are there. Developer files are there. Fine. Now, so here staging, you need to send these files to staging area. Why? Because you need to track it and also you need to provide label for that particular files, okay, which are valid files. So the file come to staging area. Here using git add command, you're going to add into the staging area. Okay, workspace area to staging area. If you want to send it, simple. You need to execute command git add index.html file. Git space add index.html. It means that file it is going to add into staging area. Got it? So once it is added into staging area, then this file we need to commit into local repository. Again, commit means you'll get confused. So commit is nothing but simple. I can say it is going to save that file from staging area to local repository. Just it is saving file from one stage to another stage. First stage what we did, so using git means the first stage, so using git add command, we added that file from workspace area to staging area. Second stage, so here staging area to local repository, we need to save that file, right? So for that we'll use command called git commit command. Okay, before that I'm going to let you know one more thing. So here before that, before committing, if you execute command git status, here what it is going to show you, changes to be committed, like that it is going to show you message. Okay, but here just on tracker files, but here it is already it is there in tracking location. Once you store files in staging area, it is going to show you like a tracking files. Obviously it is a tracking files only, tracking file only. So here it is going to show you changes to be committed. Under that, it is going to show you index.html file. Now, this changes to be committed files you need to store into local repository. So there, what you are going to do, simple, using git command, git space commit -m. In that double quotations, you have to give label name. So related to product, how you are giving label name, same like here also. For single file or group of files or complete project files, you have to give some particular label name. Okay, so with that, so you have to give label name. Then after that, you have to give that particular file name. For example, if it is a single file, you have to give that single file. If you are the multiple files, you need to using space, you have to give multiple file names. Then it is going to store into local repository. If not, you don't want, for example, multiple files, means all files, whatever staging area, whatever files are there in staging area, all files you want to store into local repository. Simple, using git means here using git space commit space -m and double quotations, that label name you can give it, and end of that, instead of giving particular file name, example, instead of giving index.html file, we'll give dot or star symbol. With that, what will happen? Whatever files are there in staging area, all files, it is going to commit into local repository. It is going to save into this local repository. Fine. So now once it is stored, so if you execute git status command, it will not show you anything. But how can you see that the local repository, whatever files are stored, that information how can you see? Using git log command. Using git log command, you can see that information. If you execute this command, it is going to show you that commit ID, that label name, the commit related label name. It is going to show you. Okay. So second time, once again, for example, second time you added some, you modified that file, you added some extra information. Again, you executed, means again you added file into staging area, and from that you added into local repository. Then what will happen? Again, here it is going to create one more commit ID, one more commit ID. And label name. One more commit ID, label name. Just assume this is version 1 commit ID. This is version 2 commit ID. Just assume this is version 1 and version 2 commit ID. If you want to revert back, for example, this version 1 is there, it is good and stable version. Okay, it is not having any issues, any bugs. That is stable version, everything is good. Just assume. And second one, version 2, it is having some bugs. It is not a stable version. It is having some bugs. So just now you updated, right? So now you don't want that version 2 related information. You want only version 1. Why? Because that is the version 2 related code. It is not working. So you want to revert back to version 1, which is stable version. With that, again, your code going to work. Okay. So for that, what you can do, using git reset commands, you can reset from one location to another location. From local repository to staging area, you can revert back, or directly from local repository to work area, directly you can revert back using git reset command. Okay, that everything you can understand in our labs. Okay, but how can they'll reset it? See here, 1 2 3 4 resets, commit IDs will be there. Example. But if you want to reset fourth commit ID, then you have to give third commit ID related, third commit ID you have to give it. Then what will happen? That fourth commit ID is going to revert back. Of course, here you will get confused if I tell you more about it. So in your lab, there you can understand more information about it. Got it? I hope you understood. Now you understood what is meant by work area. Project developers implement the code here, and they'll once they implement it, they'll add into staging area for tracking. And once they add it, so here they'll store into local repository. So complete data it will be having, like who developed, what developed, when developed. So complete track it will be there in that local repository. It means without having GitHub also. So every developer system locally it will be there. But once everything is good, what he is going to do? He is going to deploy the code into, means he is going to push the code into GitHub repository. Okay, he is going to push the code into GitHub repository. So what is meant by Git? What is meant by GitHub? If you want to know more about it, so I already created one video for that. So go to the YouTube channel, and there you can find in YouTube channel you can type Srinu Tech Guru. There you can find this what is Git and GitHub related video. Okay, fine. So this is about Git architecture. So inside that working directory will be there. So as I already told you, so working directory it is like this. So working directory it contains all project files, as I already told you, right? Project files, everything it will be there. The working directory is the actual project folder where developers create, modify, or delete files during deployment. Any new file created inside the project first appears in the working directory before Git starts tracking it. So it means, so here, so working directory, so directly you can see using without Git commands also you can able to see that information in working directory. Directly you can see that. Okay. If you do modification, if you execute command called git status, immediately it's going to show you untracked files are there. So you have to add into staging area, and from staging area to you have to commit into local repository, something like that. Okay. Here we can say app.example in the working area, touch app.py is created, just as that file is created. So what will happen? This creates a new Python file inside the working directory. So here Python file, just dummy file, it is going to create it. Okay. Changes in the working directory are temporary until they are added to the staging area and committed. So why? Because whatever files you added, whatever modifications you did, it will be still there in working directory only. Okay. So once you add these files into staging area, then it is going to track and all those things. As I already told you, right? So here, this is staging area. The staging area is a temporary preparation area where developers select changes before creating a commit. It means, for example, so developer developed, for example, 10 files are there related to project, but he implemented, means out of 10, so properly created, properly corrected files are 5 only, just as one. So out of 10, he need to send 5 files only. Simple, what he is going to do, that those 5 files simply he will add into staging area, not all files. Only which are working and which are properly created, those files only he will add into staging area. Okay. It helps developers review and control exactly what files should be included in the next commit. So with that, what will happen? So okay, they can easily understand. So this file's okay. Next commit, what I need to add. Okay, that information they can easily understand. So if you want to add files into staging area, we have to execute command called git add space dot. If you want, instead of dot, if for example it is a single file, you want to add it, then you can mention that particular file name. Git space add app.py, something like that. Okay, this is about staging area. So before the means previously in like Paint, there I already explained you in detail about it. What is the workspace area, staging area, and local repository, right? So with that, what will happen? Here, if I tell you anything through slides also, you can easily understand. That's why I showed you that. I hope you understood. Alright. So like that only in our all classes, like that only, very easy method you can understand. Okay, I'll take time, but I'll give you more information about it. If I tell you very quickly within 2 or 2 minutes, within 2 or 5 minutes, what will happen? Concept is going to complete, but you can't understand. But my goal is you have to understand without any confusion. If you do job in anywhere, so all over the world, if you do job in anywhere, so without confusion, you have to work on it. So that's why I'll give you more information about it. Okay. So this everything through labs you can understand more better way. Okay. So local repository is nothing but as I already told you, like is like a Git related local database. As I already told you, right? Okay. The local repository is the developer's personal Git database that stores commits, branches, versions, project history, complete information, complete commit information, that versions information, and complete history related to that complete history. Everything is going to store in that local repository. A commit you commit permanently save project changes inside the local repository using command called git commit. Git commit using git commit and hyphen name space and the double quotations you have to give that label name and end of that you have to give file name or dot or star. So with that what will happen? See the git space commit hyphen m. So here just assume I created project means I created my project. This is project name. Just folder. It is created folder. So inside project. So what we added? Git init command we executed. With that what will happen? It will initialize the git local repository and that related complete information it is going to store in .git folder. Okay. So here once we create file, then we need to add it to staging area, right? Simple. So to store in the staging area, we can execute git space add app.py. Now it is going to store in staging area. Fine. That file now we need to commit into local repository, right? Simple. We'll use git space commit hyphen m added app.py. It is this valid label name. So in real time also, whatever files if you want to whatever files you want to commit, so you want to give valid label name. Okay, that relevant label name. So once you committed, what will happen? That files is going to store in local repository. Okay, so in labs you can understand more about it. Okay, this is just for your awareness. Remote repository is nothing but GitHub. Okay, I will give remote repository is nothing but GitHub. So here remote repository is a cloud-based storage platform where Git repositories are stored online for collaboration and backup. So Git repository, remote repository, nothing but GitHub. It is a cloud service. So here you're going to store, complete your project code. Okay, and that code it is going to all over the world. A number of developers will be there, right? Simply they'll connect to that project code and they'll work on it. Okay, proper collaboration will be there. Popular remote repository services include GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, which allows teams to share and manage code globally. So related to remote repositories, we are having GitHub is there, and Bitbucket is there, GitLab is there. There are different tools with it. Remote repositories project code from local system crashes because a backup always exists in the cloud. So here, if you store data in a remote repository like a GitHub, if you store it, if local system the data crash also, no problem. Why? Because the data it is still available in remote repository. Developers upload code using Git push and download updates using Git pull from the remote repository. So Git push means simply you'll upload code into that remote repository. Git push. So Git pull command, what they are going to do? They are going to download that complete code from remote repository from that website to developers local system using Git pull. Of course, in our labs you can understand about it. Remote repositories enable multiple developers to collaborate, review code, create pull requests, and manage project versions efficiently. So simply they will collaborate. It means project code will be there in one location, but a number of developers they'll connect it and they'll work on it. But a number of times if they update it also, it will not create conflicts. Why? Because it is having proper structure. So developer A implemented something, developer B implemented something. If they add into that particular location, that particular GitHub repository, so in organized manner, proper versions, proper history, proper tracking, everything, proper organized manner, it is going to store it. Okay. Simply they'll work on it. So I'll give you one more real-time example. Team working from different countries can contribute to the same project using GitHub as a shared remote repository. It means so different people from different countries or different states. Simply they'll connect to this one, they'll pull that code and they'll do the changes. And once they update everything using git push command, they'll update into remote repository. That is nothing but GitHub. Okay. This is about Git architecture related information. So I hope you understood. Simply have to understand Git architecture is nothing but it is having three stages: work area, staging area, local repository. So once everything is done in local repository side, simply they'll push the code to remote repository, that is GitHub. So from that, all over the world, different developers will connect it, and different developers related data they can easily um, download it. They'll wherever they want to do modification, simply they'll update it. Okay, I hope you understood about Git architecture. But once we discuss about labs, so very important Git commands will be there. So real time, which kind of commands they are using it, how they are protecting data, how they are tracking it, how they are maintaining history. So for example, real time, if any issue occurred, how they revert back from one version to another version, everything through commands. I'm going to explain to you. So till today, you got basic information like what is Git, what is GitHub, what is Git versions, what is Git architecture, like that information you understood, right? So in coming sessions, you can understand branching strategy will be there, and data, for example, code conflicts will be there. A lot of things will be there, right? So that one in coming sections, I'm going to explain you, and after that we'll see important Git commands. There, from beginner to expert level, whatever Git commands required and real-time scenario, how they'll update it, multiple developers, how they'll work on it, everything in our coming session, I'm going to explain. So ultimately, you need to get expertise in this without confusion. Okay. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, like, comment it. Okay. And okay. Thank you. Have a good day.